No. Like he talk about fake, this is my book, Fake here. Fake money, fake teachers, fake assets. The reason it's fake money, fake teachers, and fake assets is because it all has to be fake. You have to have fake teachers to understand fake money. Then you have to have fake assets to buy those stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, fake assets. But without fake teachers, fake money, you can't do it. So that's why I love working with on these programs here. Because if you're going to be successful, you've got to take some risk and $400 in taxes. These guys that make $1,000, they're going to pay 60% in tax. So our schools are teaching entrepreneurship, but they're not teaching them tax. Okay? And because they're focusing on income. Over here, it's 20% in tax. So they make $1,000, only $200 goes to tax, and these guys, 0%. So the reason financial education isn't working in our school systems is they're teaching financial education for these people and these people, but to really become rich, you have to focus on this side here. And that's the difference between Rich Dad and the financial and what they're teaching in school right now. I'd rather be on this side. This side is a lot harder, but in the long run, it's more fun for me. On this side here, it's harder, but you're paying tax constantly. So these guys here are saying tax to rich. Well, these guys don't pay taxes. And as strange as that may seem, and I'm talking about legal, this is all over the world. So that's the big difference here. One last thing, which I think most millennials understand, is, in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I wrote about Ray Kroc, founder of McDonald's. And he was teaching at the University of Texas, the MBA program. And Ray asked, and most of the MBAs are going to come out here. So Ray Kroc asked him, he says, what business is McDonald's in? And everybody yelled and said, no, we know you're in hamburgers. And Ray says, no, we're not, McDonald's is not hamburgers. McDonald's is in the business of real estate over here. So you have McDonald's here, and the money McDonald's makes buys the real estate. And that is my formula. This is Rich Dad. I own real estate. I don't hang out here. I'm glad you guys are here, right? And we do our best to make sure you're educated and you have your own businesses and things like this here. But really the formula I follow personally is McDonald's. We have education company that buys real estate, which means we make a lot of money, pay zero taxes, legally. What does school teach you about money? Banker doesn't care what school you went to. I meet so many people say, oh, my banker won't give me any money. This is what, because you don't have one of these. And when you look at most of the politicians today, they don't have one of these either. The U.S. government doesn't have one of these anymore. They stopped doing this because of the U.S. government, the budget is so out of balance, they can't do anything. So that's why, 22 years ago, in 1996, I created the cash flow board game. The purpose of this, so people could teach people what our school systems will never teach you. Never. Because they don't know it. Because evidence is now coming out that the school system was hijacked by the ultra-rich years and years ago to never teach people what I know, what my rich dad taught me. So that's why most of our political leaders are broke. They're poor people. Who makes the most? The politicians, they get paychecks for life, they get benefits for life, and they get all this stuff, but they're doing a horrible job. So you're going to depend upon the government to take care of you. That's crazy. A lot of people don't like Trump. I understand why. But he really understands this stuff. I know, because he's my friend. We wrote 2 books together. This is how the rich think. Even if you hate Trump, and Trump doesn't pay taxes. That's why he doesn't want to show you his tax returns. I mean, you got to be crazy. So they'll never teach you this in school. And there's a reason for it, to keep you working harder and harder and harder. So we created this board game here. As you play it 100 times, your brain will change. Because you're doing something. The game is changing all the time in front of you. It's not invest for the long term in the stock market. I hope it works for you, but markets crash every 10 years. So I like this game a lot better. This is the real game of life here. So the point here is this: people can teach people. Don't expect the government to take care of you. That's ridiculous.